How you doing, Matt? Good morning, my friend. Allow me to set the stage for this conversation.
You got it.
Now, in 2016, we elected President Trump based on the campaign slogan, Make America Great Again. This week, we will cross over 200,000 COVID-19 deaths, but President Trump is still hosting campaign rallies with no mask. Wildfires are blazing on the West Coast, hurricanes pounding the South, and there is civil unrest protests in every major city throughout this country. Now, along the way, President Trump and CDC passed a series of what I call read the fine print bills. He announced a $400 a week unemployment check, which really is only 3 weeks, and each state has to contribute $100 of that $400. The holiday payroll tax will increase the amount of your payroll check. This is true, but you have to pay that back, the deducted amount from your payroll, April 2021, another debt. Then the CDC delayed evictions until December 31st, but you still have to pay back that rent in the month of January because the CDC is not providing financial assistance or rent relief. So this is where we are right now. That's why we're in a conversation with the Problem Solver Caucus with their $1.5 trillion, because all that information I just mentioned is starting to weigh in the voters.
Yeah.
And people out there starving, and then you can play games with unemployment numbers, but the truth is we're about to walk into 2021 with a lot of Americans in 100% debt. I mean, horrible debt, tied to their rent, tied to lack of payroll, tied to an opportunity to make America greater again. It is not happening, and we need to change that. And this Problem Solvers Caucus is moving in the right direction. I'm very, very happy to see this, Matt.
This $1.5 trillion package endorsed by that bipartisan caucus has a lot of the elements the other packages have, Rashawn, devised by Democrats and Republicans, House and Senate, aid to schools, funding for state and local governments, renewal of lapsed COVID-related jobless benefits. How likely are Democrats to sign on to this, considering the moderates already have, it sounds like?
Well, we need to actually tell everybody exactly what the Problem Solvers Caucus is, because they're doing what we elect people to do: work, solve issues to make our lives better. And the problem is that this whole year we've seen a year of politics dominating the right decisions to be made. The Problem Solvers Caucus includes 25 Democrats and 25 Republicans, and they've been working for the past 6 weeks trying to get this situation, and they are from the House, to try to get this situation moved forward. And the reason I say this is important, this $1.5 trillion, because the House in May, they passed a $3.4 trillion bill that would have kept the $1,200 stimulus checks, that would have kept the $600 weekly CARES Act check moving, and then McConnell put a pause on that. And then he came back with that low-end bill that put on the floor that he knew was going to get turned away. So now, because of the White House, with a clear understanding that those little checks that the president signed off on, they're going to be ending, but the states can go back and request them to be extended, but that's a process that's not going to be signed off on because of the fact that it's been all tied to propaganda. So I feel really, really good about this $1.5 trillion bill being passed because everybody got to settle. Nancy Pelosi has now brought her number down to 2.4, so I feel it's very reachable.
Rashawn, you would think right now, heading into an election year, and we've discussed this with our market analyst Christopher Sace, you would think that they'd be throwing the book at us as far as money-wise is concerned. You think they'd be throwing as much as they can at us during an election year?
I thought so too. But again, we have so many different layers of politics being played out. You have White House politics, then you have Republican politics, which is really in the Senate because it's a Senate-controlled House by the Republicans, and then you have Nancy Pelosi. You have Nancy Pelosi, and let's go and be real, Mitch McConnell. And so all these parties are not really looking to the need of the people, because here's something that really annoyed me from the very beginning about this $600 a week. And we talked about this many times on your show, Matt. Yeah. Yes, the $600 a week does allow certain people to make more money than they would have normally made prior to the pandemic. But in this new plan that they have in place, it's something that could have happened way back in May. It could have happened in June. It offers a 2-month extension of the bonus pandemic jobless benefit plan that splits the difference between the Pelosi-backed extension. Between that, after 2 months, the benefit will increase to $600 as long as it does not exceed their wages. We could have done that a long time ago. We could have done that. But somehow along the way, politics is dominating the rationale. It's like the ignorance of people is starting to overwhelm the needs of the people, and it's being led by our political leaders in both the House and as well as the Senate. I'm laying blame on everybody on this situation because it's really, really ridiculous what's going on in there. And coming on this show allows us to tell everybody an honest story, because we're not sitting on this show saying we're siding with anybody. I'm just stating the facts. And we communicate on Wednesday. I was just letting everybody know your vote has to make a difference this year, because we have to put people in office who want to hear our needs and react to our needs. Right now, they're not reacting at all, like you stated, Matt.
Louisiana, more than 417,000 residents are expected to qualify for that $300 unemployment benefit, but the state is out of money, and so it will more than likely have to tap Treasury now. It will have to borrow that money. So to your point that on the unemployment and the fact that they should have come together a long time ago, now New Orleans looks like it will have to tap the Treasury since it's out of cash.
And that's what I was saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier, because August 8th, when President Trump made that announcement and boldly stated it was $400 weekly, and it wasn't, he didn't state that it was just 3 weeks. Now, we all know that only West Virginia and South Dakota and Kentucky are going to pay the $400 a week. Yeah. And then even one state decided not to go with it. And so they have 33,000 people who are unemployed. So it's really crazy what's going on out there. I don't understand the value of what people are trying to do for us. I'm just trying to create a situation of providing information so people can win with and make the right decision.
And a business owner trying to survive along with everybody else, Rashawn.
Yes.
We appreciate your time, as always. All of our conversations uploaded to Rashawn's Money Making channel on YouTube. Rashawn McDonald joining me each Wednesday here on AFN. Rashawn, we appreciate your time as always. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.